What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Hope all you're having a great day so far today. Getting into this episode of GH, let me just say, I've tried, but I cannot. I can't do this storyline. This storyline of GH, I just can't do. The one with Rocco wanting to know more about Britt and Lisa, I can't do this shit because it makes no sense. Like logically, it's all over the place. It just feels very dumb to me. And I get that they're doing it to reintegrate Britt back onto the canvas or whatever. That's cool, but they could have found something different to do to bring her back on. You know what I mean? This Rocco shit was unnecessary. Him knowing about what happened back in the day, that was necessary, but the way they're going about it and dragging it at this point is not necessary. It's done. I commend Lulu and Dante for sitting down for that dumbass meeting because it's more than I would have done. They really try to compromise. They really try to, support their son through this, but Obrecht did not make it easy for them. They tried. Lulu, God knows she didn't want to do it, but she was like, you know what? I'm willing to bite my tongue, bite the bullet. You can come over to the house and sit down with Rocco with me and Dante there, which is fair. The boy is 15 years old. He shouldn't be having private conversations with that woman. Absolutely not. So what Lulu and Dante were suggesting was very fair. And what Dante said was very fair and very true. He was like, at the end of the day, Rocco is 15. He's not a legal adult yet. So it's still at their discretion what role Lisa will have in his life. And in my opinion, she shouldn't have any role. She's not a grandparent to him. And Lisa just went off. Like, she couldn't stand the fact that they were basically giving her supervised visits. Talking about, oh, do you want transcripts of what I'm going to say? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. That's their son. He's a teenage boy. He's confused by everything that's been going on, and they don't need her confusing that boy anymore. And then she had the audacity to say that Britt is just as much Rocco's mother as Lulu. I'm like, excuse the fuck out of you. Now, I love me some Obrey, I do. But excuse you? See, this is why I can't do this story. I cannot, because you just have to throw your brain out the damn window when you watch this story. And it's so dumb because it's like you got to watch this and basically act like you're stupid in order to understand it, which there is no understanding to this. It does not make sense. This woman stole an embryo and planted herself with somebody else's embryo, gave birth to this boy, only had him for a few months, and she's the mother or a second mother. Get the hell out of here. And Obrecht want to act like she's some type of grandparent to him. I'm sorry, but this, no. I don't even care at this point. See, I was trying to be cool about it, but I don't even care at this point if Rocco get mad or he try to push Dante and Lulu away. They need to set his little ass straight. At the end of the day, that woman was not your mother. There's no information that you possibly need to know that, there's nothing more that Obrecht can provide him as far as information. Because Obrecht trying to taunt them, talking about, oh, I have the information that your son seeks. What information? What do you have? You have nothing. Your daughter raised him for a few months of his fucking life. Like, be for real. That's why I can't do this story, because it logically, it makes no sense. Like, and for Rocco to keep pushing and pushing this is even dumber. Like, boy, your parents had you when you were a baby. You literally only missed out on a few months of your biological parents having you, and they got you back. There's nothing more for Obrecht to tell you. You don't need to know any more about Britt. You don't need to know any more about Obrecht. It's time for Dante and Lulu to put their foot down. I get where Laura's coming from. She trying to be the peacemaker. Like, oh, you need to support him. And at first I felt like, maybe she was right. But at this point, no. Put your damn foot down. If that boy get an attitude to get mad, so what? So what? Get over it. He will. He'll get over it at some point. Who cares? Because for him to stand there in the other episode and say that Britt was his other mother, he didn't know he had another mother, that's what really ticked me off. Because, sir, you don't have another mother. You have one. You got one mother, one father. That's the hell it. That's all you have. Like, so for him to even say that and for Obrecht to go off the way she was going off, And Dante was not having it. Dante was like, yeah, your ass is on the line. He was like, and you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to dig up whatever warrants, active warrants I can find on you, and I'm going to lock your ass up. Dante was through with her because she was totally out of pocket with what she said. Totally out of pocket. So any negotiation that they were involved in that moment is done. And I don't even blame Dante and Lulu for that, because no, they got more patience than I would have. Because I wouldn't even have no meeting with that woman. Not gonna happen. So anyway, moving on from that. Drew continues to be Drew. He continues to get on my damn nerves, per usual. I swear a whodunit is coming with him. A whodunit story is coming with him, because how do he stay alive at this point? He's making enemies everywhere. And then on top of that, I know Liz is sick of him, like barging into the lounge or whatever at the hospital, wanting to know how Willow doing. Like, sir, aren't you a congressman? Don't you got meetings to go to? Like, don't you got something to do? Like, you really running around town worried about what this girl doing and how to get her kids back, and you're neglecting the well-being of your own child and what she needs. He's an idiot. Just a total dummy. And you can tell Liz is very annoyed with him. And even Liz put it out there like, listen, Willow's straight. She got people, in her corner. She got a support system. She's putting the pieces of her life back together. She don't need your ass around complicating things. Just go. You know what I mean? Just step off. But of course he don't want to. Like, Drew just doesn't catch the hint. Like, back off. Like, you've done enough, long neck. And then this fool saw Portia and Stella together. This bastard got on his phone and gonna tell somebody, "Oh, I wanna open up a fraud investigation." I said, "I know the hell he not. I know he is not doing what I think he doing." So he want to throw Stella under the bus, and in essence, he wants to throw Martin under the bus too. And he's doing all of this just to get back at Curtis. Somebody need to take his ass out. I'm sorry, but how is he still standing? Like, there's no way. There's no way. I feel like the writers are writing him in the corner. I think they're setting up a Drew death story. They have to be. Because anytime one character has beef with majority of the other characters, you gonna be out of here. You gonna be out. Because there's just no way. Like, there's no way. He's causing too much drama with people. It's one thing to have one or two enemies, but the whole town, yeah, you out. You done. Speaking of, Alexis is at her wit's end. Like, she went to Jason for help because she need to see Monica, because something needs to be done. Drew, she just feels like Drew is just disregarding everything Sam wanted, and he's not looking out for Scout's well-being. Like, Scout is still mourning her mother. Like, her mother has been gone for almost a year. She's still mourning her, and Drew has been making decisions left and right that are not in that little girl's best interest, and Alexis just don't know what to do because she's only the grandparent, so it's not very much she can do. It's not a whole lot that she can do, and she wants to spend more time with her granddaughter. She feels like her granddaughter should be there, and Drew has lost his mind. He's not thinking clearly. He's definitely not thinking about Scout. So Alexis, she just don't know what to do. So she need Jason help. She need Monica help. I mean, Jason was like, well, shit, Monica not seeing people right now, but he went up there to go talk to her, and she said she'll see what she can do. I don't even think Drew would listen to Monica at this point, because they're not on the greatest of terms either. And I get where Alexis is coming from. It is frustrating. It's very frustrating to just be powerless and feel like you can't do anything because this little jackass, and she's trying not to rock the boat with Drew because she's trying to be as nice as she can to Drew because she knows how he moves. If she says one thing out of pocket to him, she knows that she probably won't even get to see her granddaughter again. So she's trying to suck it up and just play ball with him, but it's hard for her to do. I felt her frustration because Drew is not thinking about his daughter, and that's sad. That is very sad. But hopefully something could happen to where she could get that little girl. Because that little girl, she needs stability in her life. She needs that. And it can only come from family. And Drew is just throwing all of that out the window like the bastard he is, because that's what he loves to do, little ass. Um. So anyway, moving on from that, Anna. Carly was not feeling her today. Carly was like, listen, you got some damn nerve to keep bugging me after you done ghosted me the other night. And the look on Jack's face behind Carly back when Anna was talking about how, she's busy as a commissioner and, sometimes cases and people hold her hostage. And the look on Jack's face was like, you better not say nothing. He was looking nervous as hell, like, you better not open your mouth. Carly was like, listen, I ain't got time for this, because she tried to cover it up and say it was about the Marco Sonny situation. Carly was through. She was like, listen, I ain't got time for this. I got a business to run. Go on somewhere with that. And Jack let Anna know. He was like, hey, what was you about to tell Carly? You know what she was about to say. And of course, he's still threatening Anna with treason. And Anna was like, listen, she ain't going to say nothing for now. But if something happened to Jocelyn because of him, she will tell Carly. I'm like, well, you might as well go ahead and tell her then. Because if you waiting for something bad to happen to Jocelyn, you might as well just tell Carly right now before that happens. So we can prevent that. You know what I'm saying? Like, why wait till something bad happens? That's typical cop response. Because you know how many people file restraining orders against their abusers and all that type of stuff. And the cops always say, basically, well, we can't do nothing until something happens to you. That should be pissing me off. So I got to get murdered for you to do something. That would piss me off. I used to hate watching documentaries and cops would basically say that. It's like they would say it without saying that. You know what I'm saying? But you could read between the lines. And that's so jacked up. I'm like, Anna, go ahead and tell that woman what's going on. And when Carly and Jack was sitting down having some wine, it looked like he had something to tell her. Like, because he was like, oh, I got something to tell you, whatever. But I don't think he's going to confess to nothing. It's probably going to be something else. He ain't about to sit there and confess to nothing. He ain't about to snitch on himself. Especially after going to all these lengths to cover it up. I don't see him snitching. But Anna wants Jason to find Britt or whatever. Britt is over there on that island or at that resort. She is on strike. That shit had me laughing. Britt was like, oh, you could tell him I'm on strike. I'm like, who is this him? Who is the he? That's what I want to know. Is it Faison? Is it Jerry? Is it a Cassadine? Like, who's the he? I want to know who this boss is, damn it. But she was dead ass serious too. She said, I'm on strike. She told little Pascal, she said, I ain't doing nothing because he need to fix the ear up in there in the lab. So Pascal left. He came back. He was like, well, we got it fixed, so get back to work. She said, oh, well, that's still gonna have to wait because I'm a little tipsy. I done had some cocktails. Pascal grabbed her up and was like, listen, we ain't got time to play with your ass. Get back to work. Like, the way he done grabbed her, Britt was like, oh, you might want to let me go because if he finds out the way you've been treating me, I'm like, who is the he? But Britt was funny as shit in that moment, though. When she was like, I'm going on strike, I felt that in my spirit. Because sometimes when you doing the job, you feel that. Like, no justice, no peace. I would have been on strike, too. Nah, fuck that. Yeah, I ain't about to hold me prisoner. I'm over here in a resort. You think I'm going to be working every day? And luckily for her, her back was turned when Jocelyn and Vaughn showed up. Because they're checking in or whatever. So I wonder how Britt gonna ease her way up out of there without them seeing her, unless Pascal could steer them in another direction, so Britt doesn't have to turn around. So anyway, moving on from that. So Jordan and Curtis are having their conversation and whatnot. They talking about the whole Sidwell situation. Jordan done made a purchase. Like, Jordan just got a brand new apartment. She just put some money down on a luxury apartment because, she got to maintain her cover as a COO. And she figures the best way to do that is to get a luxury apartment. Which is smart because it is true. I mean, a COO wouldn't be living in no dumpy ass place, So she got something nice. I think a skyline or whatever. Or a skyline view apartment or whatever. Are we gonna get to see the damn apartment? Because that's what I want to see it. She talking about it's luxurious and stuff. Like, I'm ready to see the damn thing. But I feel like Jordan and Curtis, I'm glad they had that conversation about them being friends and stuff and being able to be around each other again. Because I feel like, yeah, they probably still have some unfinished business and obviously they still got some residual feelings for each other. But at least they're, mature enough to let that go. You know what I'm saying? He's working on his marriage. She's cool. Be friends. I don't see why they can't be without being awkward. And of course, Isaiah pop up and see them or whatever. And of course, he probably going to jump to conclusions when he see them. and think something going on. I'm like, why two exes can't just be friends? You know what I'm saying? You always gonna have some type of feeling toward your ex. Like, you could be over that person, but you're gonna have some type of feelings. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna have some care for them still. So that's not out of the ordinary. Because he was sitting there happy that Portia was still at the hospital. I'm surprised Portia decided not to resign. Because, baby, you ain't out the woods yet. Like, Drew still got that evidence on you. You know, he was talking about this cabin or whatever. Because I do agree with Portia. Like, Isaiah definitely needs outside friends, hangouts. You know, he need a life outside that damn hospital. But now he's, you know, busying himself up with this damn cabin or whatever. Are we gonna get to see the cabin? Because they keep talking about all these places, apartments and cabins. Like, are we gonna get to see this stuff? I hope so. Otherwise, don't bring it up if we ain't gonna be able to see it. You know, all these damn invisible cabins and apartments. That shit is ridiculous. But Stella, of course, being a little busybody, thinks something else is going on. You know, because she feels like, oh, they're a little too familiar with each other and whatnot. You know, some impropriety going on. Portia had to let her know, like, ain't nothing going on over there. Even though I do feel like something probably gonna go on between them at some point. She probably gonna jump to conclusions about Curtis and Jordan, and she gonna go right into Isaiah's arms. It's only a matter of when, not if, but when. Stella is such a little busybody. I'm like, ma'am, don't you got some paperwork to do? She be all up in people business. You know, Portia had to let her know, like, listen, we working on our marriage. Like, me and Curtis trying to fix this. I'm like, girl, mind your business. But you know what? I think a lot of people have that in their family. You know, a little busybody relative, making sure everything, you know, is copacetic, making sure, you know, all the rights, all the wrongs are right. You know, right all those wrongs. And I feel Stella on that. You know, she's just trying to make sure her family is solid and they stay together. I get it. But you ain't gotta be up in everybody's business all the time now. Let grown folk handle grown folk business. They grown, let them handle. But anyway, that was pretty much the whole episode. Hit the comment section, let me know what you all thought, and I will see you all later. Peace.